local people, local news and events, local sports, local matters. For all things Lloydminster area, this is Live with Kurt Price.
Hey, we want to welcome you inside the new Lloydminster Nissan, where right now you can get 0% financing on our great selection of the very popular Rogue and Kicks models here at the new Lloydminster Nissan. And in our service department, save 25% on AC work and 10% on all oil changes all month long. Well, it is great to be back with you, and I sincerely mean that. Our War Memorial Tour was fantastic, but so emotional that it was almost exhausting. So I hope you followed along on the Live with Kurt Price page, and if you have any questions about that tour that we took, please don't hesitate to ask. But we were able to learn a lot about World War I in particular, and I know we did a lot of World War II sites as well, but I really feel like some of that I kind of knew already, but not as much about World War I. And for me, there were really two big highlights, that being on Juno Beach on June 6th. That was incredibly remarkable. And also seeing Vimy Ridge. So magnificent. And I would say that TV and seeing it in photos does not do it any justice. They are absolutely marvelous. Well, Dowsan Antonio is our guest today, and we're going to be talking about the huge Filipino Festival next Saturday. So we're going to be finding out all the details on how this festival has grown. It's not just a name, it is Superior Water. Superior Water has 2 locations in Lloydminster, and they're open on Sundays to make filling your Big Blue jugs a whole lot quicker and easier. And if you want great tasting water right from your tap, you can call the Superior Water team and ask about their under-the-sink reverse osmosis systems. 780-875-6636. Superior Water on 57th Avenue. Open Monday to Friday, 8 to 6, and Saturdays and Sundays, 10 to 5. And they have a coin-operated location by 7-Eleven, just off Highway 17 South. We're excited to partner with Sobeys Lloydminster and the Lloydminster and District United Way to recognize caregivers in our community. We want to recognize and reward those people who improve others' lives and improve the quality of those lives. This, of course, could be a professional, and we encourage you to nominate any doctors, nurses, or home care providers, teachers, anything like that. We do want you to nominate them. We also encourage you to nominate friends and family members that take care of those that they love at home and make sure they're comfortable, taken care of, and they get to appointments and all that sort of thing. So nominating a caregiver is super easy, and it's rewarding in itself as well. Just send an email to livewithkurtprice@gmail.com and tell us a little bit about that special caregiver. Bordertown Hog Chapter is hosting 2 steak nights this Thursday and Friday at the Canadian Brewhouse. Chris Leibel told us when you purchase a ticket, you're not only getting a great meal, but you're supporting the 14th annual toy run as well.
The tickets are $40 a ticket, and with that, you get a $7.99 gift certificate for use towards dessert, appy, beverage, whatever you like to do. So it's a really affordable meal for a steak, plus you're giving, we make some money off of this, and all goes back to the kids for kids projects in Lloydminster.
You can get those tickets at Adeline Apparel, and from any Bordertown Hog Chapter members can direct you in the right place. You can use your ticket Thursday and Friday for lunch or supper. Sticking with the food theme, this weekend is Rib Fest in Lloydminster, presented by Border City Connects and the Lloydminster Kinsman. The event is becoming a weekend festival with vendors, a chainsaw artist, a walking magician. There's lots of other entertainment. The Oilers game will be on the big screen on Saturday night. And of course, Darcy Wilderman told us that you can stop and wet your whistle as well.
Both organizations benefit, and so does the community. So we've kind of taken part of our share over. We're looking after the beverage tent, I guess you'd call it.
Okay.
And we're also looking after the 50-50 side of things, and just some of the other organizational skills. And we got there's going to be a Blackfoot Fire Department's going to have a fire truck there on display, and we wanted to make it a Father's Day family-friendly weekend that we're known for around the area.
Ribfest starts Friday and is open Friday and Saturday from 11 to 10 and Sunday for Father's Day from 11 to 7. Now, speaking of Father's Day, the Just Cruising Car Club is back with their 17th annual show and shine on Saturday at the Service Sports Center. It's a great thing to take dads to. Jerry Duhame told us their car show is special for a lot of reasons, including the awards presentation that happened on the big screen, but also the kids make and take models.
Become a sort of a signature event, one that I kind of borrowed from U.S. car shows. They always had a make and take, and I thought, you know what, if we do a car show, we should do that. And we started our very first car show where we were doing a standalone show. We did that. At that time, the models were only $5 a piece. Now they're $21 a
Holy
piece.
smokes.
It's a major event, and just thanks to people like Southern Spur and Wildcard and Synovus and Paradise Garage, they've sponsored this event for us, so I can keep going.
Registration goes from 9 to noon with the show and shine from 10 to 4 and is free to attend. So that takes place out at the Service Sports Center. Ribfest takes place at the Lloydminster Exhibition. And there's lots happening outside of Lloydminster this weekend as well. Out in Lashburn, it's Lashburn Day with a pancake breakfast, the parade at 10:30. There's a street market, games, and more throughout the day. And Dewberry has their community day also on Saturday. And they'll have a pancake breakfast from 8 to 10:30. Their parade goes at 11. And there's also the Las Vegas Junior NFR Direct Qualifier at the Sports Ground starting at 2 o'clock. And there'll be lots of stuff for the kids as well, including a money pit. And Lloydminster District Health Advisory Council is having a barbecue on the front lawn at Jubilee Home tomorrow from 12 to 2. They are hoping to draw some attention to the replacing of the Jubilee Home. It's part of their Saskatchewan Do Your Part campaign. BioClean Disaster Services is committed, certified, reliable, and they will help you get your life back. Your family is going to go through enough with the disaster that you need to be taken care of. So yes, they'll take care of your belongings, and yes, they'll take care of your property. But it's more than that. It's taking care of you and your family. BioClean Disaster Services is not only Lloydminster's local restoration company, they're also Lloydminster's largest restoration company. 1-833-246-8326. We'll take this break, and when we come back, we've got Dowsan Antonio to talk about a Filipino festival, the Pinoy Festival, that just keeps growing and growing. And it's not only for people in Lloydminster, but it's a festival that sees people come from all over Western Canada. More on that in just a moment.
At CK McKean Roofing, they understand what it took to put that roof over your head for your family. With over 20 years of experience under their belt, they strive to show you that with their workmanship and their integrity. Not all roofing companies are created equal, and that's why CK McKean Roofing encourages you to focus on your most important investments, your home and your family. CK McKean Roofing. Roofers do it on top.
At Diamond 7 Meats, we work with local farm families to provide a high-quality product and a great selection for you. Try our mouth-watering smokies, pulled pork, roast beef, and more, made pure and natural with no additives or fillers. We offer custom processing, and our experienced team works for you to provide a selection of sausage, burgers, and jerkies made to your specifications. Take your grilling to the next level with a Yoder smoker. Complete the grilling experience with Canadian-made, award-winning line of House of Q barbecue sauces. We're locally owned and operated, and we look forward to seeing you today.
At Lloydminster and District Co-op, membership matters more. Because being part of a co-op means you're connected to something bigger than yourself. From long-held legacy by those who built our communities, to people you call family, friends, and neighbors. When you're a Lloyd Co-op member, you're an owner in a local business that prides itself on purpose alongside profit. You earn cash back, you help support causes that matter most, and you're building a better way of life for the next generation. Membership matters more.
Spend less time chasing wind speeds and more time doing what really matters. Bradley Airspray takes care of your mid-season applications with speed, precision, and zero crop damage. That's no ruts. That's no delays. Just fast, effective coverage that protects your yield and preserves your time. Plan to attend their grand opening 1 week from today on June 18th at the Lloydminster Airport. We'll be there, and you could win 160 acres of spraying. Call or text 780-205-7767 for more information. That's 780-205-PROP. Bradley Air Spray, because your time is worth more. Well, we are excited to have one of our regular guests with us, and a gentleman that we've come to rely on when it comes to all things Filipino in our community, and we know there's a lot of Filipinos in our community, and that's Dowsan Antonio. So Dowsan, thank you so much for being here once again.
Okay, thank you so much, Kurt. Now I'm wearing my volunteer hat today, representing the United Filipino Canadians of Lloydminster area, and at the same time as well, promoting our Filipino Festival, now in our 4th year.
How many people are you expecting this year, Dowsan?
As what I mentioned last year, I think we have 4,000 people all throughout the day, so who knows? Weather permits, we're expecting more than that probably. We have 28 vendors this year, so food vendors. Last year we have only 21, so that's how I think it's growing just from the vendors itself. So
I mentioned that people come from all over Western Canada for the Pinoy Festival. You do see that. You see people like, is it mostly if you have family in Lloyd you come to Lloyd, or will there be people who don't even know anybody, they just know this festival is happening?
This year, I mean, we have a number of vendors coming from Saskatoon and Edmonton. So that means that they already know about the festival. So with that, I think with the vendors coming in from other towns and cities, I assume that there'll be other Filipino Canadians or from what other races as well coming in and participating in our festival. I have a number of families coming from Saskatoon and Calgary as well, just to attend the festivities.
So tell us about the festival and why you hold it.
Yeah, the same as last year, right? Based on our mission and vision for the United Filipino Canadians of Lloydminster area. Filipino Canadians proud of our customs and traditions, and of course committed to a inclusive, united, and engaged for another dynamic and progressive community. So with this, our main purpose basically is to remind everyone, especially our younger generations of Filipino Canadians, and inculcate among us the values, the traditions, and the customs of us Filipinos as a nation as well. So, you know, most of us, I have mentioned, a lot of us here, we've been here for years and decades, and our young kids grow up here, basically, are born here, and probably they don't know about who are we as Filipinos. So it's a high time for us to remind them and inculcate among them those values. At the same time, it's one way to reconnect with one another. You know, I keep on mentioning, Filipinos are so hardworking. Most of us have 2 to 3 jobs. And we're so focused on putting meals on the table or paying our bills. And this is high time to have this once a year summer activities wherein everyone probably book off from work and enjoy the festivities, reconnect with Filipino Canadians, at the same time share our blessings to everyone. And this is our one way of saying thank you, Kurt, thank you, Canada, thank you, Lloydminster, for accepting us and the rest of the immigrants here in our one of the nicest city of Canada.
Does it reflect any festivals in the Philippines?
Yeah, June is our Heritage Month. So this is our one way of, again, as I keep on mentioning, celebrating our culture and tradition. So June 12 is also our when we gain our Independence Day. Our independence, I mean. We are celebrating Independence Day on June 12. So which is tomorrow in the Philippines. So basically this is one way as well of celebrating the Heritage Month, which is, I think, became the law by one, and was passed by one of the member of the parliament who is also a Filipino Canadian.
So let's talk about what happens at the, it's at Bud Miller Park. Is it the same place it was last year?
Yeah, same place last year. It will be the amphitheater ground where the football field is, or where the Canada celebrations are as well. So as what I mentioned a while ago, first year we have it at the picnic area 3, but we're only expecting 100 people, and I think 1,500 to 2,000 people showed up. And the next year, Brad Miller management had told us, Dowsan, your festival is growing up so fast and growing so big. We can't accommodate you anymore at the picnic area 3. So we are proposing it will be at the amphitheater grounds. Supposed to we'll be saving money if we just have those presentations at the amphitheater area. But the problem is people won't be able to see it because there's limited area for people to sit down and watch. So the last 2 years, we have it in the middle of the field, stage as well in front, and all the booths around it. So right now we have around 80 booths.
Wow.
80 booths representing 9 provincial groups, 11 non-provincial groups, which are Filipino Canadian churches, fraternities, sports club, employees, or friends group. We have 28 food vendors. We have 14 retail vendors or other vendors. We have 16 non-government organizations having an information fair. So those we have a total of around 80 booths there, and then in the middle we will have all the activities.
Could you have ever imagined, Dowsan, that first year that you would get 1,500 and that it would grow from there? As much as it
No,
has?
basically no, because that time we only communicate with other groups if there are some needs that we need to help out. For example, somebody house burned or a volcano erupts in the Philippines, so we'll have fundraising, right? So sometimes we also have year-end party or Christmas parties. So, and then I thought, okay, probably we will again connect with all the groups, provincial groups and other groups or churches. And let's see if there's a number of them who wanted to participate as well. So there's, I think, around 10 or 11 groups when we started.
Yeah.
And then, okay, probably if each group has 50 people, then probably we have 500 people. And then on that day itself, you know that you were there, and there's like, what do you call it one? Somebody from the trees.
The black poplar fuzz.
And still people stayed until the evening to
Yeah.
enjoy the festivities. And it grows from there. I thought, people are excited to meet another, to promote our culture, to remind our youngsters about who we are as Filipinos. And then the succeeding years, we again call for everyone. And on the third year, we thought after the 2024 last year, everyone has suggested, Dowsan, we always have problem with funds. We always rely on sponsors. So we asked everyone if they wanted to form an organization, a united Filipino-Canadian organization. So we asked each group, okay, let's meet, let's hear your suggestions, your recommendations, your concerns, and okay, Dowsan, probably it's good to really have a united Filipino-Canadian group, and each one of them is being represented. So each group has a voice in the organization. So that, unfortunately, we are still in the process of having it registered. We have Colin Yang and Judge Yang helping us out. So that's why this year we're still relying on sponsors. As what I have mentioned, we always have zero funds on this, right? It's always event to event fundraising. If we have surplus from the previous event, then we could use it for the preparation. But I know it's not enough all the time. But the people of Lloyd are just so generous. Like right now, probably we have like 20,000 plus in cash, in kind support, in door prizes, in gift cards that we have received. Others, we're not even reaching out to them or giving them sponsorship letters, but they're reaching out to us and how can we help? Or reaching out other members, how can we help out the Filipino Festival? So it's getting big, and we're so thankful for everyone, right? So there's a lot of people to be thankful for. And I will discuss, and I will mention the groups and whoever's been one way or another been helping out with the preparation.
Is this the biggest Filipino festival in Western Canada?
I'm not too sure about others, right? So I cannot really I've been there. I think everyone has a fair share of attendees. It's just so happened that our city is small, and everyone know one another. I think based on my own opinion, the disadvantage of having big city is some of the Filipino Canadians doesn't know each other. here in Lloyd, we almost know each other.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? We almost know each other. So we're just southeast, west, south here. So it's easier to connect with one another. I think that's our advantage for having a small city, and people are just so happy to be with one another and get together like this. This is something they're always looking forward every year.
So I know you mentioned this is about the Filipino culture and showing, Filipinos who were born here, what it's, what the culture attends to. But there's Canadians and generations of Canadians not associated with the Philippines. Should they come out to the Filipino Festival?
Yeah, that's what I had mentioned. Based on our mission and vision, it's going to be inclusive, right? So it's open to everyone. That's the same for the last few years. We have a number of hundreds of people from all races coming there and watching all the shows, the presentations, and like the food, of course. They could smell the food from the parking lot, I think.
Yeah.
So they're always looking forward for the Filipino Festival. And of course, last year I had mentioned that we wanted to have it open to everyone who wanted to also showcase their culture. So it's still open to the other organizations or other immigrants, or even our First Nation, right? We are open if they wanted to showcase their culture and be included as part of our cultural presentations. We're open to have them as well.
We're going to talk about some of the events that are happening at the Filipino Festival because there are a lot of entertainers. Dowsan mentioned the food already. We'll talk a little bit more about that. We'll talk about the presentations and some of the cultural activities that you'll find when you head out next Saturday to the Filipino Festival at Bud Miller Park. We'll take a commercial break here and we'll be right back.
How can you help support the oil and gas industry and jobs in Western Canada? The answer is closer than you think. Sell your scrap metals to PWM Steel. PWM sells scrap iron to Evraz, located in Regina. Evraz's #1 customer is the energy sector, building pipes and plates for the oil and gas industry. PWM Steel is your locally owned metal recycler and steel service center in the area. Plus, they're a strong supporter of the community. PWM Steel, your top steel supplier for Alberta and Saskatchewan for 40 years.
At Jason Arden Associates Cooperators, we're proud to be a top-rated local insurance company that offers flexible solutions and expert advice for all your insurance and investment needs. We'll work with you to tailor your insurance specific to your needs, and we offer investment advice that always puts you first. At Cooperators, one of our core values is to give back to the communities that we live in. Thanks to the support of our clients in Lloydminster and area, in 2023, Jason Arden Associates has donated $40,000 to local nonprofits, charities, students, athletes, and other special events. How does your insurance company support our community?
I'm Brian Zinchuk of PipelineOnline.ca. I used to be a pipeliner, and I've spent the last 15 years reporting on energy in Saskatchewan. PipelineOnline.ca provides comprehensive coverage of light oil, heavy oil, lithium, helium, power production including coal, wind, solar, geothermal, natural gas, and nuclear. There's a lot happening in Saskatchewan's energy sector, and Pipeline Online is there for all of it. No one else comes even close.
It's more than just taxes at LNA CPA. Assurance, accounting, retirement planning, estate planning, business consulting, financial consulting, farm program support, and bookkeeping. But yes, there is always taxes. The team at LNA CPA is committed to helping you achieve your best results and will be there to assist you every step of the way. LNA CPA, with offices in Provost, Vermilion, and Lloydminster.
Are you looking for a vibrant lifestyle without the hassle of maintenance? Welcome to Wellings of Lloydminster, where active living meets comfort for adults 55 plus. Enjoy maintenance-free living in your own one-story spacious villa and spend more time doing what you love. The community of Wellings offers modern amenities and the freedom to live life on your terms. Visit Wellings of Lloydminster, 3211 72nd Avenue on the Alberta side, and online at wellingsoflloydminster.com. Well, we are excited to have Dowsan Antonio joining us today to talk about the Filipino Festival. We've talked about sort of the lead up to the festival and the size of the festival. Now let's talk about what happens at the festival, Dowsan. And what happens to start it off is the foot parade. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so on Saturday at 9 o'clock, we'll start to assemble at the back of the BioClean Aquatic Center. Wherein we have our foot parade. So we will have 16 groups again. 18 groups so far will be attending the foot parade. We will have our guests as well. We have led by City Mayor Albers, MLA Colin Yang. We will have MP Rosemary Falk. Our guest from the Philippine Consulate, Deputy Consul General Victorio de Magibao Jr. cannot make it on time because of prior commitments, but he will be there after lunch, so he will be speaking before the cultural presentation. So after that, after the food parade, we will, it's just 100 meters to the venue. We'll go up to the stage. Before going up to the stage, each group will have their own cheer, like 10 to 15 seconds cheer, like whatever cheer they will be making to represent their group. And then go up the stage, have a group picture, and it follows for the rest of the group. And then after that, we will have a short program. We will have, of course, a number of invitees provide greetings to everyone. And then after that, we will have, of course, the opening. And after the short program, we will have the Rampa Filipino. This is an additional event. This is just started this year. This is a fashion show of all of us who are wearing our national attire. So those who are wearing Barong Tagalog and Filipiniana, which are national costumes. And we have a number of kids, 13 and below. We will have teenagers from 13 to 18. We will have adults and seniors like me will be there as well. We have our pioneers, those that are 25 years or more that we have given the award last February. And of course, as officers and the guests. And we also have the honorary guest, Miss Queen of the World, Maya Ramsohayi. She's from Wainwright, so she will be doing the fashion show as well with us. So after that, after the fashion show or the Rampa Filipino, we will have our fellowship lunch. Of course, each group had prepared something for everyone, our culture. And our vendors are ready to serve everyone, 28 vendors, 28 food vendors. And after our fellowship lunch, we will have a loot bag gift giving. It's being sponsored by Walkbox Wainwright, which is owned by our Filipino Canadian. They will bring away 150 to 200 loot bags to the kids. And after that, of course, hopefully Deputy Consul General de Magibao will be here to provide a message, an inspiring message to all of us. And then after his message, we will have the talent presentation. We will have 7 of those, 8 of us, 8 group will have a talent presentation. So a lot of dancers will be there who have been preparing under whatever costumes they had. In between those programs, we will have door prizes. We have a lot of door prizes. After the talent presentation, we will have the Palarong Pinoy. So the tug of war, the sack race, and we have added 3 games that we are playing when we are still young in the Philippines. We have the Loksong Tinik, we have the Patintero, we also have the Sandok Pera. It's our game wherein you put $5 bills and then
oh yes
and scoop it.
Yeah.
So we've been doing fundraising for that. Our basketball, darts, and billiard group are doing fundraising. So far we have raised $400 of 5-piece of bills, $5 bills for everyone. And then all throughout the day we will have the community Zumba and Sayaw ng Bayan, wherein everyone is being encouraged to join the community dance. So it's either a line dance or a Zumba, and of course talent presentation for the rest of the day. So we have a lot of dances and songs and live bands. We have 4 bands, I think, this year. And all throughout the day, we will have the bazaar and the food vendors. We will have the information fair. As what I have mentioned, we have a number of 16 SHA government and non-profit organizations at and booth to let the people know of Lloyd what are the services available here for all of us. We will also have a wagon ride courtesy of Brighter Horizon of the Wincaf family. We will be providing transportation because last year there's just so many vehicles inside the venue. So what we're planning this year is to only limit to a number of for guests and those that have a special role in the festival. The rest, by 8:30 in the morning, everyone will be out of the venue and go to the parking lot. Kulinyang and her family and her sons provided a 15-seater van to transport seniors, those with physical handicap or pregnant women or kids that find it hard to walk from the back of the Bayou Clean to the venue itself. So they will be transporting people from 10 o'clock to, after the foot parade, from 10 o'clock to 10 in the evening. Kulinyang family also provided a pickup truck because vendors are asking us on how can we transport our vehicles if we run out.
Right.
So what we told them is just bring as much supply as you have, and then if you run out, our committee will provide a pickup truck from 1 to 3 and 5 to 7 to haul a vehicle, to haul your supplies, and Kulinyang also provided that pickup truck. And what else? We have also door prizes. We have day camping. We have bouncy castles. So because the rest of us wanted to stay there for the rest of the day, so they just look for a tree and put their tents, the one you use for camping, small tents, or others like a gazebo, easy to set up gazebo or tent, and they just stay there for the whole day and just enjoy the rest of the day. If they find it, sometimes I see people, if they're so tired of the event already, just go there and have a 15 to 20-minute rest or sleep for that number of hours or number of
Great if you have
minutes.
kids.
Yeah, so they could bring their kites, they could bring their bikes there. So it's basically a family day with a lot of presentations and a lot of food for everyone.
So Dowsan, you can still drive into the park and park, but seniors can get a ride to the amphitheater.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
And I'm sure there'll be overflow parking at Lakeland College.
Yeah, so we did ask Lakeland and correct with Bud Miller Park to open the barrier or the barricade between Lakeland and Bud Miller, so that those, if there's no more parking space at Bud Miller Park, they could just go to overflow at Lakeland.
And what's the cost of all this, Dowsan?
Zero cost for us, basically. But right now, our budget is around 20,000. Most of them goes to stage, sound system, door prizes, howling, garbage, and although Kulinyang provided us a dump truck to garbage. But right now, I think we receive around 11,000 in cash, and in kind around 12,000 in kind, because like L&L provided the stage for us. Nelson Homes provided the plywood for the stage, so that's a lot of savings on our end already. Transportation been provided.
But is there a cost to say face painting?
No, it's all free.
Kids zone, the wagon rides, anything like that?
Everything is free except for the food vendors.
Okay.
Food vendors, we just have them register for only $100 per booth and $75 for other vendors. It's our one way of helping out our local businesses. All right, so we're not charging that much because we're not earning anyway. We're non-profit.
Right.
It just goes to our operating expenses.
Right, okay. And let's talk a little bit more about that food. What kind of food will you find when you get out there?
Anything, all the Filipino food that you are looking for, turon, spring rolls, noodles, skewers, it will be there. But we also have a number of non-Filipino food vendors. We have food trucks, we have taco. So we have a lot of non-Filipino vendors as well because we open up to everyone who are interested, right? So, but it's with 8 vendors, it's like drinks, halo-halo will be there, sagot gulaman will be there. So a lot of food, but of course, they need to comply with the health regulations, right? That's why our public health inspectors will be there as well to check, and we already have submitted their application form and their food handler certificate for our public health inspectors to review before approving their application. So hopefully within the week, we will know if somebody got denied, but hopefully everyone comply with the requirements and be able to provide the best services to all the attendees.
This is an all-day thing. What time do things happen all day long? Is there a certain time for the wagon rides or anything like that?
Wagon rides is all throughout the day, basically.
Okay.
All throughout the day. Bazaar is all throughout the day. Food vendors is all throughout the day. Our bouncy castle is only from 1 to 7,
Okay.
just after lunch, because everyone is busy with the program and everything. And
And what time do things shut down?
10 o'clock.
Okay.
We need to be done by 10 o'clock, and then by 10:30, all are out of the venue because at 11 o'clock,
The gates
badminton
close.
close. At the same time, there are a lot of houses as well in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
We don't want to enjoy the same, but to enjoy at the same time, bother them with the noise that it's already sleeping time for everyone, and we're still there enjoying the night.
But it is a full day. Like,
It's a
it
full
is
day.
full
It's a
day.
12-day basically. But for some of us, me and the rest of the organizers will be there starting at 6, setting up booth because we will set up booth like hours before. Because Bud Miller had mentioned, okay, we can't guarantee safety of some of the booth if we put it
Right.
out on Friday. But the stage will be will be set up on Friday as well.
Thank you, Dowsan. Is there anything I'm forgetting?
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I think we have discussed it all, and I think hopefully the people of Lloyd, we are inviting the people of Lloyd in behalf of the United Filipino Canadians of Lloyd Midstream area. If you have nothing to do on the 21st, come visit us at the Bud Miller Park at the back where the amphitheater area is, and celebrate with us as we have our 4th Filipino Festival.
I can't believe it's 4th already.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll be having a bigger 5th Filipino Festival next year.
Awesome. Thanks, Dowsan.
Thank you again.
Thanks again.
Thanks.
Tomorrow is the 50th anniversary of the Border City Farmers Market. It runs from 12 to 5 at the Service Sports Center. There's a barbecue by donation, there's entertainment, there's free cake and coffee, there's prizes to give away, and we will be there broadcasting live. So we hope that you will join us over the lunch hour tomorrow. Thanks for watching.